we're going to talk about Doctor Who.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Don't Get So Emotional podcast. Your hosts, Paul and Tom. Hello, Tom. Is that your hat or is that your girlfriend's hat?
That's a unisex hat
Oh,
that isn't owned by anyone.
it's gender neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking about a topic today, and this is an interesting one because I haven't told Tom what it's about, have I?
Nope.
So this could go terribly badly or terribly well. We're going to talk about Doctor Who.
Oh, God.
Now, listen to me.
Can I just say,
Go on.
before you go on,
Yeah.
I couldn't give less of a about Doctor Who.
Oh. That's not very nice.
But less of a beep.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Well, look, I've got this prop ready. Didn't see that, did you? What I got? No, I got away with it. Okay, right. Well, the reason I want to talk about it is Doctor Who is got its 60th anniversary at the moment, and the BBC's gone completely bonkers, and everything's Doctor Who. And I'm putting my hands up, both of them, and saying that I love Doctor Who. But this is a big but. I love the Doctor Who that I remember as a kid, right? And what I remember as a kid is John Pertwee, a bit. I don't remember him much, but a bit. But Tom Baker. Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor, was my doctor. Here we go. Here's my homage to Tom. There we are. There we are. Sorry.
Where did you get that from? McDonald's?
I got no. I got that from Amazon's. Link in the description. No, not a link. No, I want to talk about Tom Baker. And I want to talk about Doctor Who, but I want to talk about Tom Baker. So, Tom, you've never watched Tom Baker on Doctor Who, I take it.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably the Doctor Who I remember as well. Like,
Hey, no,
yeah.
he ran from 1974 to.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. It's like just because it happened before I was born doesn't mean. Like Star Wars was made before I was born. But I
77
know
that
about
came
that.
out.
Well, yeah, but that
You were
when I think
minus
of
fucking.
Doctor Who,
You were minus. I don't know what minus you were. Minus.
when I think of Doctor Who, I think of Tom Baker. But I
Thank you.
don't think of any of the others.
David Tennant
No,
or Patrick Troughton.
no.
Or any of the others. Right, so I'm going to tell you why. Now, this is going to upset all the Whovians. They're called Whovians. They've always got funny names, haven't they? People who are into Doctor Who are Whovians. People who are into Star Trek are called Trek. Are they called Trekkers?
Don't know.
Trekkers? People who are into Gary Newman are called Newmanoids. Anyway, so I'm not a Whovian, okay? And I don't want to upset you Whovians. So put your comments. But just to be clear, Tom Baker, to me, it's my opinion, is the best Doctor. And the reason he's the best Doctor is he's the one that I grew up with. But I have a couple of little stories about Tom Baker that will be interesting for you. So when he left Doctor Who, he did a TV show on Yorkshire Television on ITV called The Book Tower, where he would go up the top of this tower and sit there and talk about books and all this stuff. Anyway, jump forward a few years, I'm working in Guildford and I'm trundling up the high street and there's Waterstones and there's a big sign in the door, Tom Baker book signing today. I thought, Tom Baker, my doctor, the book tower, I'm going in. So I went into the shop. There's a big queue of people. There's Tom Baker sitting there and he had a book that was called Who on Earth is Tom Baker, which is his autobiography. Can I just say, if anyone has not read this book, Who on Earth is Tom Baker? Stop watching this podcast now. Go to Amazon and buy it. It's absolutely flipping brilliant. It's hilarious. Anyway, I digress. So I'm waiting in the queue. I get to Tom Baker, shook his hand, which he was a bit upset about because he wasn't looking, but no, shook his hand, and he signed the book to me. If I was organised, I'd have a still of the book, wouldn't I? Or I might put it in post-production. We'll see how clever I am. Anyway, so he signed the book, and then I said to him, you used to do the book tower? And he said, yes, I did. And I said, you sent me a signed photo, because I was a real fan. You sent me a signed photo. And he said, did I? And he laughed. And I said, I look forward to reading the book. And he said, good. And that was it. That was it. Off we went. I started reading the book. I thought it was hilarious.
Come to think of it, who am I? It's very true that I'm often mistaken for other people, so I avoid leaping to conclusions when people talk to me. Recently, I was in Berwick Street, Soho, when a man said to me outside of a studio, I'll never forgive you for what you did to our grammar schools. The man looked very respectable and sane, too. I said to him, what did you say? And he said, I'll never forgive you for what you did to our grammar schools, and neither will my wife. I was suddenly very irritated with him. What are you talking about, you silly bugger? What have I done to grammar schools? My aggression obviously startled him, for he looked at me rather more carefully, cleared his throat and said, I do beg your pardon. I thought you were Shirley Williams.
As I said, if you haven't read it, you should definitely give it a go. Anyway, the next week I went to a memorabilia fair, okay, because I used to be into these memorabilia fairs. I went to this memorabilia fair and I'm just walking about, and one of the guests at this fair was Tom Baker, right? And he's sitting on his table, and I walked past with my then girlfriend, and he looked at me and boomed, "Are you stalking me?" And my girlfriend, which was quite a new girlfriend, just looked at me, and I went, "Oh," and I said, "Hi, Tom," or whatever, and just walked on, embarrassed. And it actually gets worse. Because we went round the corner and there was Uri Geller. You know, Uri Geller, the guy that bends spoons and all that.
Spoons.
Yeah, there's Uri Geller, and he had this big silver car with all spoons on it. And I can't, we're going back a bit, Tom, but I think it was John Lennon's car, and I don't know. If you know what Uri Geller's car was, put it in the chat. Anyway, it had all these spoons on it. Anyway, I walked past, and he comes running up to me, right, with the new girlfriend, who's Tom Baker's just said I'm stalking him. And he comes up to me, and he goes, "I know you. I know you." And I said, "You don't?" And he said, I do. I know you." And I said, "No, you don't know me." And he said, "Yes, I do. I know you. Come over here. Come over." And he went with me to go over and look at his crystals or book or some shit. I don't know what it was. And I said, no, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, my girlfriend is just looking at me like, you've got Tom Baker saying stalking me. You've got Uri Geller that knows you. Anyway, that relationship finished. That was the first and last proper date we had.
What was Yuri going on about?
I've got no idea. Yuri,
Was he just
if you're
trying
in
to
the
get you to come
chat,
over?
put in the comments how you knew me. I don't know how he knew me. I don't know myself half the time.
Wasn't he? Do you reckon he was just trying to get you to come over?
Buy his crystals and book and that. I don't know. I like Yuri Geller.
He can't.
I'm going to have to cut that a bit. I've had to cut out a bit of Tom's comments. Sorry, Tom's comments. I've had to cut them out due to legal reasons. But Yuri Geller, he's a lovely chap. And going back to Tom Baker, okay, so when he left the Doctor, and he had a good career before as an actor, but Tom Baker is best known for Doctor Who. He then became the voice of Little Britain, didn't he? So the voice of Little Britain, but also he was the voice of numerous adverts.
I've heard a recording, must have been some sort of little bootleg thing of you in a commercial getting more and more angry at what you have to put up with.
Oh, come on, I can't do that. They're not half-wits you're talking to. I mean, you sounded as if you were a fucking infant teacher. Yeah, I know you're setting aspirations, and now but you want me to sound like a fucking disc jockey. You're sounding like this sounds like every other thing, the note you're giving, sounds like every other kind of shit. As opposed to magic and dreams. It might be great on furniture makers, they're fucking mean on commas and full stops at Symphony. Ready when you're... Reparability built in as standard. What? No, it's not repairability. You haven't looked in your dictionary. It's reparability. The word you've written here is reparability.
Yeah, well, I think that's true, you know, when they don't always know what they want. But however, if someone hires me, they know what they're going to get. You know, they're going to get enthusiastic bad taste.
You sure this isn't a translation from the fucking Albanian? Sounds like a very bad translation from early Serbo-Croat. Really, when you're... I hope that they're not family people. I find this a bit too sexy, really. Oh, my God. I don't think I can go on. This is so emotional. I'm getting a stalk on, I think, here. Whoever writes this is in the wrong business because, I mean, all over America, for example, where there's terrible insomnia. I mean, if I put these on good quality tape, and people who haven't had a kip since 1946 will be in a fucking coma.
And of course that was reinforced by Little Britain, you know, and marvellous lines. I actually suggested one they wouldn't use because even in Little Britain they had one, but I was trying to make you laugh about that wonderful line in the side of Little Britain, you know. Yes, and then we come to fat people. Now, what do fat people do in the summer? I'll tell you what they do. They smell.
And there's also infamous clips of Doctor Who outtakes, which are quite good to watch as well.
It's mindless now, clicking towards oblivion. How long, K9?
Insufficient data.
Yeah, you never fucking know the answer when it's important.
I went out today and I was just looking for a TARDIS. I went to the car boot and I went to the charity shop. I thought I'd buy a TARDIS because how great would it be to have a little TARDIS behind there? But it,
You know, they probably sell them on Amazon.
yeah, I wouldn't. But it was only today that I thought to do this episode. Also, Tom Baker appears in the latest issue of the Radio Times. If I was organised, I'd have a copy. I don't. And there's a whole piece about Tom Baker. I think he's 90 now. He's getting on to 90. I think he is a living legend. He is the Doctor, and he knows that he is the Doctor. So if you're a Tom Baker fan, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also if you've met Tom, put your comments in the thing. But go back to you, Tom. Go back to you. You hate Doctor Who, but you hate Doctor Who because it's all the later Doctor Who.
No, I just to me, it's just nerdy.
Thank you.
Like, I've seen Star Wars. It was all right.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen a couple of episodes of Star Trek. It's all right.
Original series Star Trek.
Huh?
The original
Yes.
series. Fantastic.
Yes.
William Shatner. Don't knock
Yeah.
that. Don't worry about the films.
And Patrick Stewart, or whatever his name is.
Not interested. Not interested in that. The new generation
But
bullshit.
look, regardless, what I'm saying is, with all these things, like, people get a bit nerdy over them, and it's the same with, like, it's just not my cup of tea.
Nothing wrong with it. Mind you, William Shatner did write a book about fans of Star Trek, which is quite funny. But look, the reason, as I said before, if you wind the video, the reason I like it is because it reminds me of my youth. And the whole thing, train collectors, railway collectors, the reason it's so massive as a hobby is because people are remembering when they were a kid with their little toy Hornby set. So the power of, why are you putting a face?
It's just so nerdy, man. Who gives a fuck
not
about
nerdy.
trains?
It's hang on.
It is.
Hang on a minute.
Mate,
Hang
there's
on.
a channel.
Tell
Can I
him.
just say?
Tell him it's nerdy. He's not listening.
Paul, There's
You're
a
not
channel.
listening.
I can't remember whether it's YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But there's a channel where a guy will wait at the side of platforms to see his favorite train, right? And he wears a GoPro on
Yeah,
his
oh, yeah,
head,
yeah, yeah. I know it, and it's like a
face,
weird thing. Yeah, yeah.
facing his face, right? And when these trains go past, he gets probably more excited during that than sex, and sometimes he even cries because he's so excited.
But there's
It's
nothing
just
wrong with that, Tom. Nothing wrong with that.
okay.
If he's
It's innocent,
happy, he's happy
but
with little trains, so there's nothing wrong with
it's
that.
just bloody nerdy. Look, the things I'm interested in
Go on.
are things like Alien,
Hey!
Terminator. You know, like Aliens,
Oh, I thought you
Alien
meant
Trilogy.
real aliens.
No, like the film Aliens or Alien. I like
Terminator. We're going to have an
Terminator.
episode about Terminator. What a disgrace. First Terminator, fantastic. Second Terminator, I saw it in the cinema with people smoking. Fantastic. Third Terminator,
No,
what
no, we'll
the-
pretend that one don't exist.
okay, but it does exist. Fourth Terminator, what's that? Then there's some Salvation thing where Arnie's not even in it. What's that? What? I don't want to know about it. Don't keep redoing
Look,
these things. And the
I
last
love.
one was a disgrace.
I just love anything to do with Terminator, the story, the whole concept of it. I love it, right? I love RoboCop.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
Predator. Like
Can
I
I
love
just
all
say,
that stuff.
there is a RoboCop special DVD coming out of a complete thing
Is
of
it called
not only the.
RoboDoc?
Hey,
I think it's called RoboDoc
how do you know about that?
because I'm a RoboCop fan.
Okay, yeah, RoboDoc. Yeah, it's coming out. They've also done a fantastic film. I met the guys that they did another really good film. But yeah, and they've done this documentary. It's taken years. They've managed to get Peter Weller involved and stuff, and I'm really excited to see that. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Doctor Who's. You've got down Terminators and the aliens and all that shit. So you're saying it's nerdy that I like Doctor Who from when I was a kid. That's what you're saying.
Well, you've got your nerdy things and you've got your cool things, right? The things I like, Terminator, RoboCop, Alien, Predator, all that sort of stuff. Is
Predator,
cool.
I'm with you on that. But hang on a minute. Predator 2, help me out. Predator 2 and also Predator versus Alien. Oh,
There's a lot of them. Look, I understand once these, things become franchises, they end up going too far. But ultimately,
Get Arnie back, do Alien 2, brilliant. Get Gary Busey in it, fuck off. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
but yeah, I just never,
Jean-Claude Van Damme was the Predator.
No, his idea of it, like so the original costume
Yeah.
was like a luminous red prawn type thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I'm not doing this."
Hang on, we're talking about Terminator. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. You'll like this. You ready?
Go on.
You like Terminator?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back. We're very lucky to have Arnold on the Don't Get So Emotional podcast. Do you like it, Arnie? He don't like it much. But
Get down!
Hey?
Get down!
Get down! I had to let him go. Right, so that's going over there with Karl Marx. Not Karl
You need
Marx.
to get a little RoboCop.
Groucho Marx. Fucking Groucho Marx, sorry. Right, but yeah, I think no, Doctor Who, what they do moving forward with the franchise is great. Good luck to them. I think Disney are involved now. I don't care. Don't care about any of that.
Can I just say, because look, I'm going to assume the only people that end up watching this video are people that are fans of Doctor Who, yeah?
Right, okay. You're going to be rude to them now,
it's
aren't
fine.
you?
It's fine. I'm not being a bully. I'm not
Don't be
saying
rude.
that you
Don't be
nerds and
rude.
whatever.
Don't be
I'm
rude.
just saying, it's not my cup of tea.
Okay,
But crack on.
I will. I'll crack on. Okay, so if you're a fan of Doctor Who, please subscribe to the channel. It's very unlikely we'll have any more Doctor Who content on here. Although you will have me and Tom talking absolute dog shit and giving our very lowbrow opinions on whatever is
Very uneducated opinions.
uneducated. That's what I like to say. Uneducated.
That's what the name of this channel should have been called.
Yeah, uneducated and ill-informed opinions. Instead, I called it "Don't Get So Emotional," and we've got to stick with it, Tom, because that's what it's called.
Mm.
Don't get so emotional, Tom, about Doctor Who, because it is good from that period that I'm talking about. As I said, I don't really care about the current stuff, and I certainly don't watch it now. Although I hear it's very good and people enjoy it, and they should enjoy it. The whole concept of flying around in a police box through time and space is fantastic. I've said it all now, haven't I? I've said it. Okay. Well, look, thank you for clicking to watch the video, and please...
Shh! Whatever you do, tell everybody about it, and mind the steps.